Hey guys, have you ever heard the term escrow account, right? So what is an escrow account? So I had a subscriber here at Investor Army send me a question, say, Connor, I'm a new wholesaler, I'm not really sure what an escrow account is, I keep hearing that come up and I'm trying to do deals, and I was hoping you could film a video and let me kind of know what that is. So that's what I'm going to do for you right now. So an escrow account is essentially this, right? It's a third-party savings account or holding account where the money for a transaction, in this case the sale of a property, is going to be held until that contractual agreement is honored and fulfilled in full by both parties, right? So you got a seller who has a house that they want to sell for money. You have a buyer who has money who wants to give that money to that seller in exchange for the house or the property. But neither one of them trusts the other one, right? So what happens if that buyer wires the money over to the seller and there's no title company in between, no escrow account to hold it, and that seller doesn't sign over the documents and they take that $100,000 and run to Mexico, right? So an escrow account is a security measure to protect both sides. So the buyer would say wire $100,000 into that title company. Now you may have a contractual agreement on closing date, on purchase price, on what stays at the property and what goes. There can be any number of things in that contract. As long as both parties agreed on it and signed off on it, they have to honor it. So that title company is going to hold that money and it's not going to transfer it to the seller of the property, and it's not going to transfer the ownership of the property until all of the agreements are fulfilled. Or what happens if one of them doesn't fulfill their agreement? That money is going to be turned back to the buyer with no risk of that buyer having that seller run off with it. So it's a security measure for both parties. So that's kind of what it is. And let me kind of give you this example. So you probably didn't think I was going to go here with this, but say there's some college guys, right? And they're talking about football. Go figure. College buddies talking about football. One of them's like, man, Super Bowl is awesome. Brady's freaking awesome. And he's like, yeah, whatever. Next year the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. I'm from Dallas, so bear with me here, right? So they're like, Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Okay, fine, we'll see you there because Brady's boss, he's going to repeat. Oh yeah, I bet you anything that the Cowboys win. How about $100? Psh, you actually think, you must really think your team's going to lose if you're only going to bet 100. Why not 500? Oh man, I'm not scared, make it 1,000. And everybody's like, oh yeah, you know, if you've ever been there in a college dorm and you see how this process takes place, that's exactly how it goes. No, like that's exactly how it goes, right? So now they're both caught into a situation where they have a big bet on a property or a big bet on a game that neither of them want to lose, but both of them want to make sure if they win, they get paid out in full, right? So how are they going to do that? You commonly hear this, right? Who's going to hold the money? Who's going to hold the money? Because both sides fears this. If I lose, I know I'm an honorable individual. I'm going to pay the other one out. But if I win, can I trust my buddy to pay me? Or what if he doesn't have the money by the time the bet comes up? So they're going to pick a third party, right? Their most trustworthy friend, because you have to pick a trustworthy friend, because it's not like in real estate where you have a third party independent licensed insured title company holding everything. This is a kind of a unique example, but they're going to pick a trustworthy friend who's going to hold that money, who's going to make sure whichever team wins, the right winner gets the money, right? So they're both protecting themselves through a third party, and that's essentially what they're doing in a real estate transaction. The money's going to be held secure in the third party holding account, and then whatever happens as far as a contractual agreement, if it's fulfilled at the closing table and everybody honors and signs off on everything and everybody agrees, then the money is going to be released and the property is going to be transferred. Now you commonly see this also, people escrowing like for mortgage payments, right? Their taxes and their insurance, you commonly see that. So they want to make sure there's enough money in there each month to be able to make those obligations, right? So that's kind of a good breakdown and a quick run through of kind of what an escrow account is. It's just a holding account by a third party that's not partial to either party. There's no emotion, there's no bias. They're not favoring the buyer, they're not favoring the seller. It's just to make sure everything goes smoothly, and then once it has gone smoothly, they transfer the money and everything's done in the house and the sale of the house is closed out. So I hope that helps. If you got more questions, leave them in the comment box below and I'll film more videos for you, and I hope to see you back on the next video. Have a good day.